Hi, I'm Dongshang. Welcome to Digging to China, where we explore China in depth to reveal unique perspective. In the past few days, I've been chuckling over some juicy gossip. Picture this. Ka-shing, a 97-year-old business legend, suddenly gets slammed by both Beijing and Hong Kong. They are calling him a rotten capitalist. Why? Because his company, CK Hutchison, sold the rights to run two ports in Panama to an American outfit called BlackRock. That's the story the Communist Party is spinning to go after him. Now, here is what really happened. Ka-shing sold off more than 40 ports his group owned around the world, everything except the ones in China and Hong Kong, for a massive $22.8 billion to BlackRock. Two of those ports were in Panama, right by the Panama Canal, which the current US government has been saying it wants back under its control. So the Communist Party stitched together this tale that Ka-shing betrayed China by selling to the Americans. But there is a little twist that's got me intrigued. His company announced the sale on March 4th, yet Beijing and Hong Kong didn't start their full-on attack until March 13th. Why the 9-day delay? My guess is Xi Jinping was scratching his head for 9 days, figuring out what to do. Maybe he tried calling Ka-shing to see if he could undo it. If that didn't work, should he punish him? After all that pondering, Xi couldn't let it slide. He had to lash out. I bet he's steaming mad up in Beijing right now. You can see in it how the party media has been acting these last few days, bouncing around like crazy, throwing everything they've got at the Ka-shing. Even Hong Kong's chief executive, John Lee, the one who's not exactly a scholar, kind of like Xi Jinping, jumped in at a press conference to blast Ka-shing. That shows you how much heat Beijing's turning up. Bloomberg let slip a couple of days ago that Xi told China's market regulators and other agencies to dig into this deal, looking at whether selling those Panama ports has any security risk or breaks monopoly rules. Sounds like Xi's itching to hit back at the Ka-shing. So today, let's chat about how Xi might try to get even. This whole mess just shows once again how short-sighted Xi can be. Let's start with Ka-shing's decision to sell those ports. From a business standpoint, it's a solid move. The proof? His company's stock price shot up after the sale. The market liked it. Here's some simple math to back it up. CK Hutchison sold 43 ports last year. Those ports brought in about $3.8 billion in revenue, but the profit was only $500 to $600 million. Then they sold them for $22.8 billion. If you do the number, that's over 38 times their yearly earnings. Normally, in the port business, you'd expect 15 to 25 times earning. Ka-shing got a great deal, a real win. Plus, with all the risks in the port game right now, getting out makes sense. Ports takes a tons of money to run, and it takes years to see a return. The cash flow is steady, but it doesn't grow fast. And the global chaos like war, the US-China trade spat, or supply chain shifts can really shake up profits. What's the world like today? The US and China are already in a trade war. Trump's team is pushing to unwind globalization. The Panama Canal, the US has its eye on it and says it wants control. That's a big risk for Ka-shing. When BlackRock offered a fat price to take it off his hand, that was his golden ticket. The US isn't as rogue as CCP. At least they will pay you fair and square. If Ka-shing had said no, the US couldn't find other ways to twist his arm. He's smart enough to know fighting them wasn't worth it. From where I stand, Ka-shing did what any sharp businessman would. He looked out for his company, his investors, dodged a bullet, and made a profit. Nothing wrong there. But Xi's reaction, it shows his small-mindedness again. 1 minute. He's hosting a cozy chat with the private business owners, all friendly and warm. Then, starting March 23rd, he's rolling out the red carpet for foreign CEOs at the China Development Forum. Big names like FedEx, Siemens, BMW, Mercedes, Qualcomm, Nestle, McKinsey, Estee Lauder, Standard Chartered, the Dutch Bank, KPMG, that works. She's schmoozing with entrepreneurs and begging foreign companies to invest in China, then turns around and smacks Li Ka-shing down. Talk about shooting himself in the foot. In all the years she's been in charge, I've never seen the party media go after someone like this. Even Jack Ma didn't get this bad. Since March 13th, Hong Kong's Ta Kung Bao has been plastering Li Ka-shing's name everywhere. Daily rants. On March 16th, they churned out the 6 short pieces in one day using old-school Mao-era insults. It's like they've memorized the playbook, calling him spineless, greedy, a traitor to the nation and the Chinese people. They say real entrepreneurs love their country, but the Li Ka-shing handed the key ports to sneaky Americans, helping the bad guys and hurting China and the world. History, they claim, will honor patriots and judge sellouts like him. When the party media gets this wild, it's a sign she's really rattled. But here's what I don't get. Li Ka-shing's sale wasn't some hush-hush deal. BlackRock made an offer. Why didn't China's state companies step up with their own? Li Ka-shing just wanted out of the port business and to cut his risks. He'd sell to whoever paid the most. So why didn't the Communist Party bid on those ports? 22.8 billion's pocket change for them, right? Why sit it out? I've got 3 theories. First, maybe she thought he could get it for free. He sees Li Ka-shing as a Hong Kong guy, which to him means a Chinese guy, which means he's Xi's servant. In Xi's mind, Li's stuff is already his. Why pay? Just tell him what to do. Maybe Trump's old gripes about China running the Panama Canal came from Li Ka-shing helping Xi out before. She's too cheap to buy what he thinks he already owns. Second, she's got everything on lockdown, so his underlings are just coasting. No one does anything without his say-so. They saw Li Ka-shing selling and shrugged. Nobody warned Xi about the risks. By the time he found out, the deal was done and he flipped out. Now he's stuck, so he's just yelling to feel better. Third, she might have been powerless to stop it. Trump wants the Panama Canal. Deal or no deal, he's taking it. If Li Ka-shing didn't sell, Trump could have grabbed it from Panama anyway. That's why she took 9 days to react. He knew he couldn't block the US from getting it back. So why is she acting furious after 9 days? Trouble at home. The Chinese public's mad. This looks like a Trump bullying them, and they are asking what the CCP is doing about it. What's Xi doing? He wanted to ignore it, but the patriotic crowd, those fiery nationalists, stir up a storm online. They are calling Xi weak, like the old Qing rulers who let foreigners walk all over them. That's forced him to fake his outrage. She's itching to strike back for sure. Why else could he have his team poke around for dirt on the deal? Li Ka-shing still got some stuff in China and Hong Kong. If she wants to mess with him, he could. But I've checked what the Li's got left there, and this old fox saw it coming a mile away. Looking back, Li Ka-shing never trusted Xi. Maybe it's because he met him in the 90s and pegged him as a lightweight right off the bat. Back in January 1993, Xi was Fuzhou's party secretary. He visited Hong Kong, met Li Ka-shing, and asked him to invest there. That August, Li Ka-shing went to Fuzhou. Xi greeted him with flowers. Li put money into a high-rise project, but Xi later killed it. They've got some awkward history. When Xi took power, Li started selling off mainland and Hong Kong properties in 2013. In 2014, he shifted his 2 big companies' registration to the Cayman Islands. By 2015, he was buying up infrastructure and energy assets in the UK. From day one of Xi's rule, Li was planning his exit. What's left in China and Hong Kong? Some shares are tucked into family trusts. The rest, like buildings, she could grab, but it's maybe a few dozen $1 billion tops. Li's still got fancy offices and homes in Hong Kong, plus some mainland real estate. He sold a lot lately, but some stuff he couldn't unload. Back in the day, he got these mainland assets dirt cheap and made a killing flipping land. If the CCP takes it all, it won't faze him. He's already counted as gone. In Hong Kong, he runs big chunks of ports, power, and utilities. They could use the security law to call him a traitor and seize it. But that will sink Hong Kong's free port status for good. If they take Li's stuff, picture the chaos. Money and tycoons fleeing Hong Kong left and right. Why bother keeping it a free port then? Ditch the Hong Kong dollar, make it just another Chinese city. She needs private business right now. Would he risk that? I doubt it. Ka-shing's not a sweating sheep. He's got time to dump more China assets. He's planning for worst-case stuff like this. Why else move his companies to the Cayman Island and lock up his shares? He's raking it in from Europe now. China's just a small slice of his pie. In 2015, Xinhua wrote his first hit piece on Ka-shing. Don't let Ka-shing get away. 10 years later, Beijing and Hong Kong are at it again, screaming he's pro-America, even though he's not even Chinese. The party says entrepreneurs must love their country and sacrifice for it. But the country doesn't have to love them back. Just use them and ditch them. Ask Ka-shing to pick a side, US or China. He'd pick the US. America's shady, sure, but they'll pay for what they take. The Communist Party, they steal it, leave you with nothing, call you a crooked capitalist, lock you up, and let the crowd curse your whole family tree. Li's never been Chinese. Even Jack Ma, if he could, would bolt from China in a heartbeat. He's just trapped now. Look at Liang Wenfeng, the DeepSeek guy. Party media is praising him to the stars. But can he leave China? Nope, they've got his passport. He's stuck there forever. That's how the Communist Party really treats private entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this video helpful, please like it, drop a comment below, and hit the subscribe button right here. It really helps YouTube suggest my video to others. I'll be back with more content soon. Until then, be well.